Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Crafting with Kelley, Farley, Independent Stampin' Demonstrator, and Auckland Cracker. I hope you've all had a lovely weekend. And sorry, I'm just getting my camera set up so that I can see people when they come online. Hi, Lisa. So our card tonight is, I've used a new stamp set which I haven't used yet. Good evening, Alison. And so this is called In the Moment stamp set, and it's got some really nice little colouring. It was quite nice just sitting relaxing while I was making this card and colouring that in. So I've used that as my front, and then the card is what I don't know what the name of it's called. Hi, Angela. Oh, I have to message you some things for your hi, Heather. Angela, I have to send you some pictures of your prizes. I forgot. I just haven't had a chance to do it this week. Sorry. Okay, so I've called it a hidden gatefold card. So it looks like your standard tent fold. And then you open it up, and it has this little hidden thing inside, which is super cute. But what I have noticed is that it's a little bit short there because it's quite bulky to lay over the top. So I think I know how I'm going to fix that. And I might actually trim a little bit off that too, because it's not quite, it's a little bit too wide. But because our cardstock is A4, hi Andrea, our cardstock is A4, so it's not actually that easy to get an exact halfway point. So when you find your halfway point, I don't know if you've noticed, if you use my measurements in inches or if you revert back to centimeters, there's one half, if you're scoring it through the middle, one half is slightly wider, like an eighth or an inch or something wider. So when we do that, we just have to make sure that that's actually our top piece that we're going to score. And then, unless I trimmed the wrong end. But anyway, so this paper here that I've used, which is lovely gold foil, is from the Abstract Beauty set, and it actually comes in a 6x4. So didn't actually lose too much of this when I was trimming it down for the card. And so a nice way to use up some of your DSP. 3 places that you can use DSP. Now you could obviously use a piece of cardstock here and decorate it. You could use cardstock on the inside and decorate it. And I might just drop that down to 1 layer to see if that makes a difference with the bulkiness of it. So it is a bit thicker, and it does kind of need a little bit of persuading just to stay flat, but it will sit up for you as well. Not that you can see that very well, but it'll sit like that for you. You could actually have it going that way. We've done one similar, but this one is actually to go this way. Alrighty. Okay. Let me get all my bits and pieces. So I'm actually going to use a piece of basic black tonight, and then I've got some more pieces from the Abstract Beauty stamp set. So I've got this one here, which is lovely black and white line art, and then on the back it's just like splotches. And then I'm going to use the gold stripes, which I don't think that is. Maybe they went that way. Yeah, no. I don't know. Doesn't matter anyway, because I don't need to line them back up again. And then this one. That way. So those are the 3 that I'm going to use out of the Design Series pack. There's still, hi Sylvia, hi Maureen. So there's still, I've only got one set here, but there was 12 different designs. This is still available. It's in the January to June catalogue. So if it is something that takes your fancy, it's still available till the end of June. Okay, so there's nice bits of foil in through all of that too. So we'll pop those to the side, and that I'm going to use some basic grey as a, oh, I didn't get a piece of white out, basic grey as my backing onto my card here. Right, so let's start with the trim. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I always mark mine at, you can't see it, at 5 7/8, so it's the second small line in from 6 inches. But what I might do, let's just take it one in and see if that gives us a little bit more of an even. So I'm going across there at the halfway point of the A4. All right, so you've got a whole piece of A4 and we're using that. The only thing that will be left from your A4 are 2 pieces of white cardstock, which you could use for matting one of your layers if you wanted to. You'd need to just trim it down slightly, but you'll get 2 pieces like that. That will be all that's left out of your A4 piece. So we've got, I know black's not great, but we've got our halfway mark. All right, then what we're going to do, now I tried this a couple of different ways and this is the best way that I could find to do it. So we're going to pop it in at 2 1/16, so the very smallest line. In fact, actually, if I get my head in there, sorry, that is 5.2 centimeters if you're a centimeters girl. So 2 1/16. Now we're going to use both our scoring blade and our scoring blade and our cutting blade. We're going to take, now is this the longest piece? If I put that in, it's slightly up. And that piece there. So I actually want to cut this side, and I've just checked, this one is about, this side is about 2 millimeters shorter than this side. All right, so I want to cut on the widest side. That should give me a bit more length through there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop it in. I hope that's not confusing people. I'm going to pop that in lengthways through the trimmer. So our score mark is at our halfway point here, and we're going to come down to 2 1/16. Now, this side here, I hope, is the side I want to cut. So I'm going to bring my blade over to, and I don't know how well you can see it on here. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Yep, better. There you go. So you can see you've got these little tiny marks here. You want to line that up, one at each end actually, so if it doesn't matter if your blade comes off. So you've got one at each end. You're going to pop that in so that it lines up. Actually, that's really good for lining it up for me. Line it up with the score mark and click it down. I'll move you back out now so that you've got a full view. And we're going to go from the center on that score line back to the left hand side. Okay, so we're going to go there. So we're going to go here and back. So you should have cut from the score line back to the top edge. Now from the bottom, you're just going to score. Doesn't matter if you go over it because you've already cut it. You're just going to score a couple of times there. Okay. Now what you're going to do now is you're going to keep this in the same direction, and you're going to flip it on itself. So you're going to rotate it that way. Okay, so you've got the upside down score mark there. And we're going to pop that back in so that your cut piece is still at the top. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to come up to 2 1/16. Make sure it's all square and lined up at the top there. Bring our blade over to the, let me just, oops, see if I can, I'm just enlarging that so that then when I'm looking at the computer screen it actually lines up, shows for me how well lined up it is. Okay, click that down and I'll bring you back out now. Hopefully that's not wobbly too much. And we go from the center to the top, and then we're going to bring our score line in there. Okay, so you've got this. All right, so you've got 2 score lines coming down from the bottom. You've got 2 cut marks from the top, and then you've got a center score line. What you need to do now, and you can use scissors if you feel more comfortable doing that, is you're going to bring your blade back in. Sorry about my head. You're going to bring your blade back in. You're going to line up there, and you're going to go out. And then this should come out. You'll get your piece there. And you're going to do the same thing here. You've got your score line on this side as well as the cut line there that you can line it up with, and just come out. So you get those 2 pieces there. So you end up with a piece that looks like an upside down T, an upside down very chunky topped T. All right, so you end up with these 2 pieces. So you could easily layer them if you wanted to, if you're using a different color. So now we're going to grab my bone folder and my glue. Now we're just going to score. Yes, that is a little bit longer. I don't know how well you can see that, but see that there's a slight overage there, which means it might. Oh, yay! Thank you for letting me know, Andrea. I think I need a new blade. It's starting to kind of get a bit furry, so I'm just going to run my bone folder along that and see if it kind of flattens it. That was pretty quick, actually, Andrea. It must be that downhill slide, eh? Like you said the other day, because I don't think I did it till Thursday afternoon, maybe Wednesday afternoon. Okay, so we're going to fold both our pieces in, like so. Now I might just trim one of those, because they're just a little bit too big. So if I put this in, if you're not happy with how your gatefold pieces are sitting, just pop it in. I've got mine just to the edge of the other side of the trimmer, so it's like millimeters, and it will just be enough, like this much. It'll just be enough to hopefully have it sitting closed. There we go. That's better. And then now that we've got our pieces there, we're just going to gently coax it over, because obviously it goes right into the score line, so it's needs a little bit more of a deeper score. You could go in and do that if you wanted to with your trimmer, or you can pop it in and then just press down with your bone folder. So you are going to get a thicker fold here. Yeah. Hopefully it all arrived in one piece and not damaged in any way. Alright, so now you just have to decide how you're going to decorate it. I'm starting with my front piece, which I haven't got a front layer on, and I'm going to, might just trim that down slightly too. I'm going to use this. No, it's not actually in the track, Kelley. Thank you so much. Well packaged, good. To everybody who put in an entry, I just went in, had a look and added your names to the wheel. So there's 6 of you tonight. Heather, it's nice to see you're back into it and making some cards. I know you've been quite busy and away and stuff, so it's nice to see your cards. And Sylvia and Jill, thank you very much for putting one in too. And thank you for following along. So I'm going to pop that on there. I'm just going to use my Tombow glue. Gives me the opportunity to just kind of wriggle it into the right place, and a bit of movement after. Thanks, Lisa. That's really kind. They are amazing. it's such an easy technique, or such an easy fold, and really effective. Okay, so that's the front of our card. Then we'll finish decorating it, and then we'll do the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a bit of colour on the inside here. So I'm going to pop my coloured pieces here. Does it go that way? Does it go that way? It goes that way. Not that you really can tell, but it is hard to film Heather, but we would have been happy with 5 photos showing it. Not a problem at all. I love seeing everyone's designs and stamp sets that they've used and stuff. I'm still waiting on my pre-order from the new catalogue, which means my new catalogues aren't here yet either, which is annoying. But so I'm quite limited in my stamp sets as well, because where did I match that? Because I've taken out all my retired ones. So I'm hanging out to get some new sets. Okay. Very much felt like a rookie, Angela. Oh, your card didn't look like a rookie card. They all were amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to pop my gold in here. Gold and white stripes. Oh, I'm really liking it on the black, actually. And I've just realised that I didn't cut myself a piece of white to stick on top of there to write on. But if you didn't want it as bulky, you could leave it like it is and use a metallic pen. I got some really nice metallic, like Sharpie type things from Typo that are really nice on this colour. On the darker card, stands out really nice. Okay, so that's the inside. Now, I decided I was going to put a piece of grey in there, basic grey, but I feel like I might not. I feel like I'll just put a piece of white, because otherwise it might be too bulky, and a little sentiment, and then leave it as it is like that. So let me just bear with me while I just cut another piece. Now this piece here was 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. So that's, I'll just cut this at 5 5/8. Okay, 3 7/8. Thank you for your patience, ladies. Alright, so I think that's going to look better actually, just the white next to the gold and white. Otherwise, too many colours. And then having the pop of colour in the middle was quite effective, I thought. So if you were popping it like that, that's kind of nice. If it's sitting out, you could stand it up sitting out like that. Or you can have it closed up, and then when you open it, you get that lovely burst of colour. Okay, so I'm going to use a couple of different stamp sets. I'm going to, where did I put I'm going to stamp on the middle. I'm going to use this stamp set here, which is actually a celebration one from Beauty Card Making for 6 months and Loving. Oh, wow, Angela. You're doing great for 6 months then. I'm using this one here. Hope this card makes you smile. Normally I don't keep the celebration sets. I actually either pass them on as prizes. Well, started doing that because I've only just started doing this. Pass them on as prizes, or sell them when they retire, because it's only a really short window that we have to use them, but this one I really liked a lot of the sentiments, and so I've actually kept it to use. So if it comes up and it's one that, like, you know, if you like the sentiments in it, then I've used it a fair bit. Alrighty. Okay, for this one also I'm using basic grey, just because. So I've got yeah, it's great. Like, it's great to have fab demonstrators that do that for you, but I think once you've got that idea yourself, you know, our own internal creativity kind of flows out quite nicely, and that's what makes all of our cards and things amazing, scrapbooks, all of those sorts of things, because our own personality kind of comes out in them with some of the products and things that we've used. Now, I don't know if I want to put grey on this one. I'm thinking I might put black. I don't know why I used the same one again. This is the set, so I've used this stamp. It's got you're in my thoughts. Sometimes the most productive thing to do is relax, and then you're always so good to others, be good to yourself too. So it's a really nice kind of relaxing set. I think I want black for that. So I'm just going to use some watercolours. Thank you, Alison. I'm glad you agree with me. These, I'm going to do green down the bottom here. Now these are our watercolour pencils. I'm actually just going to use them as pencils. I'm not going to watercolour over them. If you're watercolouring over them, you want a StazOn ink, which is a pigment type ink which won't run when it comes into contact with water, which the basic grey will. It also maybe, so when I like to come in dark on these edges. I don't know if any of you have coloured in with our blends. Kind of the same thing. Press really, you use the darker one just so that it show the shadow lines. I'm not a great colourer, but I do like when I'm using my pencils to get those. And then I actually just use a circular motion and get in and get a nice coverage under through there. If you have our blender pens, they are great for using with the pencils. It doesn't lay down a whole lot of water, but blends those lines away so it does look like a watercoloured. So you don't have to do it with water. You could use our blends. That's very dark daffodil delight. Early espresso, which is the colour I wish my hair would stay. Now it has too much silver through. Okay. Now I want a blue. Oh, that was well done, Kelley. I want balmy blue, this one here. I'm just going to do, this would be a great one for masking. It would be faster. You could mask your picture and then just colour straight over the top. You could also cut directly around so that you don't have so much white space, as they say. Alright, and then I'm going to do, I don't know if I want crushed curry actually. What colour wine is she drinking, ladies? Let's do a Bermuda Bay hat. What's our favourite wine? Anyone have a favourite wine? Can make that in her glass. I might go red. Don't really have a soft yellow for a white wine. Okay. Go. And let's go. It's not a bright red though, is it? It's more of a cherry cobbler red. We're doing that. Oh my gosh, it's 8 o'clock already. Rosé, Moscato. Oh yes, a Moscato is nice. I quite like a rosé Moscato actually. Moscato rosé. Right, I just need a brown. I need brown. What's that one? An espresso. Cajun craze. It's a bit. Oh no, that's all right. I'm going to bleed it out so that it doesn't sort of look like it just stops. And then oops, that went a bit far. Oops. This is in this packet. It's funny. The kids say, why do we have white? It just kind of looks like you've done something on it. Alright, so I'm going to leave that there. Get a piece of black. Now that I've changed my mind. And get this put together for you ladies so that you can get on with your evening. No. Okay. Not bubbly, Andrea. Interesting. Some people just don't like bubbly, eh? I'm probably more partial to a bubbly than a still, but not a dry bubbly. I actually quite like, I think they call it aspirated, where it's just slightly, which a Moscato you can get is really nice as a aspirated. And a red. I just had a red one time and it was slightly aspirated. It was quite tasty. Not that the aspiration changes the flavour of it, really, does it? Alright. Oh no, Lisa. Oh, I hope you don't get it. Or if you do, I hope it's a mild. This one's a great Moscato. What? The bubbles? The bubbles ruin a Moscato. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I've got a friend who just should not drink bubbles. It just affects you something shocking. Alrighty. So that's better, eh? Okay, so we're going to pop that in there. Shall we stamp inside? Let's stamp inside. And again, I'm using the basic grey. You were born, oh no, what is it? No, I want the one that says, get my spray here. It says, introduce a white portion. Well, to be honest, Lisa, when I used to do it in the evenings, sometimes there was a little bit of wine for some ladies. The problem with that is that then things don't necessarily come out very straight after a little while. It also can take a couple of days for it to show up after the first person, Lisa. So, but you might just have a cold. It is entertainment. But then they don't really want to give their card away then because it's not what they would usually do. Okay, so hope this card makes you smile. Close the stamp pad, fold that over. Let's just give that a little bit of a crease. And there we go. Let's use some dimensionals to put that on because it's a bit heavy. Otherwise it'll make it a bit heavy. Okay. Get my thing out. Alrighty, so let's just put that in the middle, and that is our card. Cough, then swipe your throat, then nose and test. Interesting, Andrea. I have heard that some people won't get it. They won't get a positive because it's in the back of their throat rather than in the nasal passage. Thank you, ladies. That is you're very kind with your compliments. I appreciate it. All right, so it's now 2 minutes past 8. Oh, I thought I was running super late, but I'm not as late as I thought. Okay, so I've got, if you're watching and you've put a card up and I haven't got your name here, so Alison, Jill, Andrea, Angela, Heather, and Sylvia, please do let me know very quickly, and I'll add you very quickly to the spinny wheel before we spin it. And if not, I'll just give you this a second to catch up because there's always a delay. No. Alrighty, let's give it a spin. Good luck, ladies. Thank you all again for your amazing... Oh, Heather! Yay! For your amazing entries. I really appreciate the time that you take to pop that up, or to make the cards for a start, and to pop it up and share it with everybody. Thank you, Maureen. Thanks, Sylvia. You were on before as your name, and now you're on as your husband's name. I just was like, oh my God, her husband's watching too. All right, I will get in touch with Angela and organise a prize for you, and then Heather, I will get in touch with you and organise a prize for you too. And fingers crossed. Oh, thank you, Lisa. It probably won't be Saturday because they close at 5:30, so by the time we finish work and get out there, they'll probably be closed before I get my new car, so it'll probably be Saturday. But yeah, so thank you for watching, sticking on with me. Thank you for being here every week, and thank you for entering your cards and popping them up and sharing them with everybody. And also thank you to everybody for your amazing comments when people post cards on my page. It's so nice to see everyone's amazing compliments that they put up there, and you know, it's just what makes doing this all worthwhile. Okay, I'm going to let you get back to your Sunday night. I've got some reading to do and a video to watch before school tomorrow, and I will see you Wednesday night. See you later. Take care, Lisa.